Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin. The Killer's Game stars Dave Bautista. Diagnosed with a terminal illness, top hitman Joe Floyd decides to take matters into his own hands and take a hit out on himself. This is basically John Wick if it was a comedy. The first thing you're probably wondering when you go see this movie is how is the action? The action is pretty good. In this movie, Dave Bautista plays a hitman named Joe Floyd who was diagnosed with a terminal illness. So he decides instead of waiting to become like a vegetable, his words, not mine. He decides to throw a hit on himself to basically somewhat go out with a bang. And as soon as he does that, he gets a phone call from his doctor and to come and find out that he doesn't have an terminal illness. So now he is trying to fight off these men for his life. And next, his ex-girlfriend gets somewhat thrown into the mix of it. All that is interesting for the first 30 minutes, but the last like hour of the movie kind of somewhat drags out because there's literally like fucking intros for each of like the assassins that are going to go after Dave Bautista's character. But immediately after those intros, they get fucking killed off, and also in the dumbest way. Like in this movie, there's so many moments in the film where like there's a group of 5 people, and next they attack Dave Bautista at once, and it's like it would be more interesting if they would actually all attack together. It'd make more sense that way as a group of assassins. The movie is very dumb on that level. And next, you have this love story as well in the film, which was like actually kind of nice at the beginning, but then turns into somehow feeling forced at the end. I don't know the best way to describe it, but like it worked at first, but then something happened where it just didn't work. This is my biggest gripe of the whole entire film is the fake blood, more like CGI blood. It's so fucking noticeable. It really, there's so many scenes. There's certain scenes that it works, but then there's other scenes where it's very noticeable. Just throw some blood on the actors. It works the same and looks better. When it comes to certain fight scenes, like the assassins have these big weapons and they do some minimum damage. Like Dave Bautista gets hit with, I don't know, like this weird shape of a weapon and it's stuck in his shoulder. I just hit my mic. Oops. It hits his shoulder. So he has to go get some medical treatment. And so when you see the wound, it's like a little tiny little cut. Like it's almost like not even really like a paper cut. It's just like some like minor little thing. And it's just like really that big of a weapon does that much damage to Dave Bautista, and it's like really the damage range in this movie is all over the place. Like you have grenades blowing up and right in people's faces and not killing them, and actually 2 seconds later it is doing that, and next again 2 seconds later it's not doing that. So this movie is kind of wonky, but there's some form of good elements in it that you can somewhat have fun with it. I'm gonna give The Killer's Game a D plus. There's things I like about the movie, like the action. Like for example, overall there isn't really much to take away from this film or worthy enough to go pay $13 plus to go see this movie when you can just wait at home to see this on streaming or watch something else that is better than this. Like I said, is practically John Wick if it was a comedy. So but Dave Bautista is great in the film. Even Sophia, I don't know how to say her last name. She was good, but they didn't really give that much for her to do in the film. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.